All right, welcome everyone to what used to be called the Player Spotlight, now called the Behind the Cueball interview, if you will. I am joined in the booth by Mr. Harman Singh. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's get up a little bit closer, so you can see the guy. There he is. So let me give you a little drop down here. Again, called Behind the Cueball. This is to find out who the hell is Harman Singh, and how did you get to be a pool player? Have at it.
A mediocre pool player?
Mediocre. Yeah, like the commentary here.
Well, so I first started playing pool in real life at UWM when one day one of my buddies was like, we had a couple free hours, and one of my buddies was like, hey, in the basement they have this thing called the rec center. They have like 20 pool tables in there. And I was like, whoa, I've played this pool game on my phone basically my whole life. I would love to play it in real life.
So I was going to cut you off at the very beginning of that, Harman, because when you said you hadn't played in real life, so now it kind of comes full circle as to, all right,
Yeah.
So you were playing it on your phone.
Yeah, and I was a millionaire in the game. And yeah, and then as soon as me and him, we played for maybe an hour, and I didn't know what I was doing. Of course, it was my first time. But we started coming back and back, and I knew I fell in love with the game even when he wasn't there. I would go by myself. I would play alone, just try to get better, try to make more than one ball in a row, and just figure out what I was doing. And
How long ago was that?
I would say that was sophomore year of college, so 2020, basically 2019. I think by the time lockdown happened, I was playing for maybe like 6 months, and that was just shooting around, no mechanics, no nothing.
Okay.
And then during lockdown, there was no in-person classes, but one of my friends, a different friend, he worked at the rec center, and he really liked pool. He cared a lot about his fundamentals. He would practice a lot. He's moved now, and I haven't gotten to play with him recently, but me and him, we would play any days that he would work. There would be no one playing because of lockdown, and any days that he would work, he would just invite me down, and I'd get to play free pool and basically get lessons from him. Not that he was trying to teach me any, but I would just watch, I would observe.
Sure.
And that's when I think about it, that's where I've gotten most of everything that I know about the game.
So if you go back to that time you said MSOE, so you were
UWM.
Or UWM, I'm sorry. So is there a moment in time where you realize that it's no longer just a hobby? Or was it after college that you decided, hey, I want to do this and play tournaments and get better and become a really good pool player?
I think I would say that it became a very strong hobby before I ever realized that I would want to do anything competitive. So during college, I would say probably when I bought my first cue, I was like, yeah, I'm taking this, very serious. I don't mind spending the, $300-400 that it's going to be for my first cue, which I'm still using, by the way. That was
Same one.
Yeah.
What cue is it?
That's a McDermott i3.
Okay.
And I've switched. I've tried other cues. I've tried carbon fiber, but I just keep coming back to it just because I just love the feel of it. But
The old maple shaft. You
Yeah.
betcha.
yeah, and actually, it would. So
You've been playing for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
And in say that short amount of time, in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of pool, especially for somebody like myself at 59 years old, we've got a lot of years that separate us in pool, right? What would you say up to this point, up to tonight, is your biggest accomplishment in the game?
my biggest accomplishment. I don't know. Nothing really stands out to the point where I have thought to myself, wow, this is the biggest accomplishment.
Okay,
I
fair
think
enough.
maybe getting to a point where I get to play someone as good as Jeremy. That's I would say this is probably a very big milestone.
So, given the fact that you brought that up, coming into tonight, do you get nervous prior to any matches or prior to any tournaments? And do you feel that way tonight? And is there anything that you do to combat that?
I think today, more than anything, I was nervous for my match against Rich. I was nervous for my match against Rudy. But today, I can't go back to those feelings and remember how nervous I was then. But today, I feel like I'm more nervous. But that's just the name of the game. Whichever one of us gets over our nerves faster.
I'm a firm believer in nerves are good if they're good nerves where they don't inhibit your game.
I'm definitely the type to. I was nervous, but not to the point where it's gonna affect my game.
Yeah.
I was nervous, as in I was practicing yesterday, and I took it to really focus to know that I have to lock in, basically.
Embrace the nerves.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, in the short amount of time that you've been playing, relatively speaking, is there somebody that you look up to as a mentor in the game, or somebody that you would like to emulate or be like? Yeah, I mean, put your own style into, but you really admire their game.
I think most of my learning has come from Federer. His mechanics are, of course, perfect. It would, playing anything like that would be amazing. Other than that, as far as one of my friends that I've started playing with recently, Eric Ramirez, I'm pretty sure you've seen him in the chat.
Absolutely.
And this year,
what's going on, Eric? He's going to be watching this tonight.
Oh yeah, this year especially, we started playing. We had a league together at the start of the year, and after that, we started practicing together, playing more together. And since then, I would say my game has really gotten a lot better because he is very competitive. He likes to, see improvement, and he's one of those people where he knows he can watch me play and he can tell me what to do, and I can implement it and I can see the improvement.
All right, so let's expand on that just a little bit. What would you say is the biggest weakness in Harman Singh's game at this moment?
I would just say experience. I think I definitely have a lot to learn in the game as far as knowing which shots to take, which patterns. But since the time that I've improved, I would say I think I've gotten up 50, 60 points in the last 6 months in Fargo.
A lot.
Yeah, and I would say that's my fundamentals have been basically identical. Maybe I'm a little more consistent, but it's mostly just picking the right shots, playing with more confidence, and I think that's the only thing that I really have, or that's the main thing that I want to improve on.
So other than Eric, are you completely self-taught?
Yeah, I mean, before Eric too, I was completely self-taught as far as fundamentals, and even then,
no professional lessons or anything.
Not one.
Phenomenal.
I've never paid for one lesson ever.
If you folks out there have never watched this guy play, he was in the high roller. You were also in another tournament that I held here, and now this, and you've held your own against some really, really good players. So that's. If you continue with it, the reason I'm saying that is you've got a really bright future in this game.
I appreciate
if you
that.
can
Thank you.
continue. So let's one more question, and then I'm going to let you go so you can practice a little bit. What are your goals for? All right, what is today? The November 17th. What are your goals for this next year? Where do you want to be next November with your game?
I don't take the game seriously enough to want to be so harsh on myself, to be like, oh, I have to do this by this point. I just want to make sure that I have fun, and I am very blessed to be able to play at a level where, not only can I, work always comes first, but not only can I have a hobby where, I have the potential to make money, Of course, it's not about the money, but the potential to make money, have fun, literally go multiple day tournaments.
So
But-
listen to this, folks. Listen to this. If you're not having fun, if you're not doing what Harman is talking about right now, and if you're not having fun doing what you love, then why are you doing it? That's my attitude. If you're not enjoying it, and you're not getting the most out of the game if you're not having fun,
Yep.
and you're
Yep.
not going to be relaxed if you're not enjoying yourself. I try to do it myself as well. It doesn't always work out that way. You get angry at yourselves. I get that, but that's the best attitude to have. So you mentioned work, and I know I said that was the last question, but tough. What do you do outside of playing pool?
It's my father and I. We run a couple convenience stores down in the Milwaukee area.
Okay.
He's I have no idea where he is right now, but he's on vacation, so I basically manage.
You better be watching.
I manage them on my own. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's got to be at 25 years old, 26 years old,
24.
24 years old. Holy hell. That's twice my.
Very, very blessed.
I guess
my
that's got to be
parents-
that's a big responsibility, though.
Yeah, but my parents came here when I was 5 years old, and they had $500 in their pockets, and
The American dream.
they left everything behind, and for them to give me the life that I have, this is no pressure. What they've done for me, this is
I think Outer Points Production needs him as a sponsor. Anyway, Harman, best of luck tonight in your match against Jeremy. I know it's a big one, so get out there and warm up a little bit more. And I really do appreciate your time in the booth with me and letting the viewers know a little bit more about who you are. So
thank
much
you.
appreciated.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you're doing as well.
You bet.
This is great for the game.
I hope so.